looking for something. A new way, a new understanding, a connection, some comfort. You've got questions, and Light on Living puts the spotlight on all the answers so you can shine. Lift and lighten the load of life's challenges and learn simple and easy ways to live a healthy, happy life. You'll gain insight and start to see things in a new way that motivates you. You're invited to hear new, see different, and feel more as Lisa shines the light on living.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to a very, very, very special show on Light on Living. And today, you know what? Okay, you know what, I love that you guys are tuning in today, especially. As you know, I've been gearing up on Facebook and sharing this because I think it's such an honor to be able to co-host special series with wonderful people who just have such a gift and such a message that they want to share with everybody to truly help uplift them, support them, guide them. And today we are doing a one of two-part series, which is Access to Angels and Grace, with my lovely brand new co-host, Noemi Grace herself. And I believe she's here with me.
Yes, I am.
Hello, Noemi. I just want to introduce
Lisa.
Hello, I want to introduce everybody to you because as they've seen, the Facebook has been blowing up, and letting everybody know that you are here to help. And I'm going to share with all of you listeners right now why Noemi is here to help. I'm going to read her bio so that you go, aha, now we get why she had to do this access to angels and grace. So first of all, everybody, I'd love for you to meet Noemi Grace. And Noemi Grace is a psychotherapist and soul healer who channels new perspectives from God on unconditional self-love, forgiveness, divine grace, and life's purpose. Her new book, which we've had her on before, An Intimate Dialogue with God, The Miraculous Power of Unconditional Self-Love, is the first in a series of books that shares her transformative communication with God and her experience as she learns to apply the divine messages to her life. She helps you do this too, you guys. Her passions include sharing these beautiful, uplifting messages and helping people to heal patterns, wounds, and losses that... losses that have been resistant to healing. Okay, that's big, you guys. Everybody who's having some resistance to some healing in those areas, that's why we're doing this call-in show. So a unique aspect of Noemi's work is that she channels answers to people's burning questions directly from the divine. In her workshops and courses, she helps people discover their unique essence and dissolve their barriers to self-love and acceptance. She lives with her wonderful husband in the Boston area, and he's been so supportive. I just love you guys as a team and partnership. And that's why we're here, guys. We're here for access to angels and grace. Noemi, thank you so much for co-hosting and being able to channel these messages for everyone.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. I'm so grateful to be here. I don't know if I was the only one that couldn't hear my bio, but I didn't know if it was on my end. But I have the backup of earbuds instead of this Bluetooth. If that doesn't work, I didn't know if it was on my end, but I couldn't hear. But we will just let that be.
You know what? I think what's going on is that the angels are already, and divine sources are already kind of talking to you, and they said, no, we need your full attention here.
which is great, you know. And so I'm so grateful to be here. This is not something I ever planned to do in my life. I've planned many things, and I was very organized with my planning, and had many things that I intentionally set out to do, but tried to make things happen. And the divine started to speak to me, which was not something I expected or was looking for, but I'm so grateful for this gift that opened up to me on 9/11, actually, in a couple of days, so the anniversary of that tragic event. And so grateful to be here and to be able to share and with the divine with others, you know, because the connection I have that I came out in this book, my beautiful book, An Intimate Dialogue with God. Don't know if you mentioned it because, again, I couldn't hear my bio.
Yeah, it's all good.
But I was channeling messages from the divine for a few years, and with that book, and also been doing that with soul healing clients, and now beginning to step out and offer that to anybody who is searching for an answer, whether it's feeling stuck or afraid of next steps or uncertain or certain things that they can't seem to master in their lives despite their best efforts. So
Yes.
I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to you, Lisa, for this opportunity.
This is so exciting
honored.
to me. I find it interesting, and we could share this with everybody, is my question to you so you can share is, how do you channel? What happens? Like, you're going to be channeling right now. We have callers that are calling in. We've had some questions that have been emailed, and we just had another one come in right now, so that's lovely. We're going to thank that caller for doing that. And I'm just going to give a heads up. We're going to switch around the commercial breaks, everybody. We're going to keep it down to just one commercial break at the half hour, just to allow Noemi time to do this channeling. And so, yes, on that note, how does the channeling happen?
Okay, so, when you and I have been talking, that this is not the same as doing a reading, right? We're in a reading. People that read, look into you and see what they can see. Look into your soul, look into your psyche, your aura, however they do it, and they see what they can see, and they read you that way. And it's also not mediumship connecting to someone who's on the other side, although I can answer questions sometimes about people who are on the other side, if by asking the divine rather than that person. So what I do is, when somebody, and you'll see this when the callers come in, I will connect from a deep place of listening with a caller. And I've been honing this in my work as a psychotherapist and soul healer for many years. And listen to what they're saying, and listen to what they're not saying, and listen to what is the deeper question. And then I'll get silent for a little bit. So, silence on the radio is not necessarily something that, happens that often, but I'll get silent for a few seconds and open the channel with the divine. I mean, it's open, but I really connect more deeply into that channel. And I will say, hello, divine. I'm here with whomever who has a question. Can you help them with this? And then I will sit for just a couple seconds while that channel lines up, like tuning the dial on the, well, it's not a dial anymore. It's showing my age on the radio, but, and then the divine will start to speak. And so, and it won't be my words that I have chosen. It will be their words. So, does that answer your question?
It does. It's really neat because, yes, and we want people to know what to expect as they're listening and as the callers call in and they're on the other end. So you made me think of the other night, there's lightning and thunder and my internet went down, and it was so funny that I had to wait for my router to get connected again, and I was like, that's funny because sometimes, like, those 3 minutes, you're like, gosh, it was at the end, I just was going to find out something on a show, or you're doing something on thing. But that is important too. And I swear, the 3 minutes or whatever it takes, it's like an eternity. So, but that actually, I think, is a great example that we really talked about, you and I, Noemi, about listening. And so that's what you're listening for us. And I think that's a beautiful thing to be able to do, because sometimes we don't know how, or we can't, or we don't want to give it the 3 minutes for the router to kick in again. And this is such a pleasure and a gift too. So if somebody was going to write in a question, whether it's on this show, because we're also doing the show again in 2 weeks, guys, everybody, 2 weeks from today. So if you maybe can't get on air, you're working, you're unavailable, email the question, but we need clarity to the question as best as you can have it. Can you just give us 2 minutes or a minute to share with us what kind of questions, what clarity do they need to have in that question for you to be able to ask that question?
So, let's see if I can even clarify this, but sometimes if I get a question, and so when you'll see when I'm talking to somebody, I might ask a question or two of them to get clearer on their question. And for me, this is just I want to understand the question. Obviously, the divine knows the answer, so I'm quite aware of that. But for me, there's that, okay, I know what I'm asking, because then sometimes the divine will give you something that they want to say, and notice I use the word they. For me, the divine is oneness. It is the oneness of God. And so I don't use the phrase he or she. I use the phrase they as to refer to the oneness, and that's talked about in my book quite a bit. And so I don't say the divine he or the divine she. But so the divine may sometimes offer something that they're wanting to say to the participant, to the listener, that isn't exactly what their question was. So if I am aware of what their question is, then I will go back, because sometimes the divine's been trying to speak to us, and the divine's been trying to say something, and we haven't heard it. So we might get a different message may come through. So then I go back and say, thank you. Now, what about this? And so if I don't really understand what the question is, then I'm not going to be able to go back and say, okay, so you spoke about their health. Now they're concerned about their relationship. What about, and so I can go back and sort of not redirect the divine, but go back and approach the divine with, okay, thank you for what you shared, because obviously this is something that's really important for that other person to hear. But what about, can you say something about the question that they were asking?
Okay, I love that clarification. So people,
yeah.
if you're wanting
then,
to, yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead, honey.
So when people are I just want them to get the most out of this. People, if you want to, when you're writing or you call in, your question doesn't have to be perfect, because Noemi's going to help guide you along if she needs a little bit of clarification. And you don't need to, relate too many details if you want to keep it private. This is just for you. This is just for you to help listen to what your soul is saying and what, is best for you from your higher self. This isn't like, a psychic reading, this is going to happen to you in the future. This is for you right now to feel better about that's the whole show, feeling better, right, Noemi?
Yes. Well, yes, and certainly the questions that people are asking are because there's something on their heart and their mind that they want to get off their chest, and they want some answers. And so sometimes you'll notice that an answer to a question is applicable to more than one question, because sometimes a lot of times the divine will speak in more general terms. So like, when is A, B, and C going to happen? The divine will speak in terms of what's going on with you and how you contribute to whether A, B, and C happen, and when they're going to happen, and things like that. So, so I noticed that sometimes it's an answer that's answers your question, but also can answer other questions that other people may have. So that's kind of, I think that's.
And also too, we also get so many answers from others who have their questions, and maybe we didn't even need to ask it. Which, speaking of, we have our first caller on the line, and we have Pamela here, and she actually has a question that she would love to ask the divine and source, and so we can bring her on, and then Noemi, you do your thing. I'm going to just hang back and just witness and be able to allow you to channel this message for Pamela.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Pamela.
Hi. How are you guys?
Oh, good. We're so happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here, too.
Really happy you're here.
So my
Pamela,
question is,
what can we help you with today?
Well, I've written 2 books about my infant son that passed away and our journey to have another child through prenatal testing. And I guess my question is, the writing was very therapeutic and cathartic, I guess. So now the books are out in the world, but I guess for me right now, I'm having trouble balancing being an earth mother and then being a mother to my angel baby, and doing my life purpose, and then being mindful of living my earth life. So some guidance or a message would be very helpful for me.
Sure. So you said something about your life purpose. Is that something that you're clear about what that is?
Well, I feel that is part of my life purpose, is to share our story.
Okay.
And how I've healed my grief.
Absolutely. There's so many people who have lost children that can so benefit from what you have to say. And so your question is, let me make sure I'm clear, is how to balance, you said, taking care of your angel babies along with your being an earth mother and your life purpose?
Right.
Okay. That's a great question. That's a beautiful question, and I'm honored to channel on behalf of you. So just like I said earlier, it's going to take just a couple of seconds for me to open that channel and get really deeply connected, and then the divine will start to speak. And I always greet the divine. Hello, divine. I'm here with Pamela, and she has a burning question, and I'm so grateful to be able to be used as a channel for this question. And we are grateful to be here to answer this question, to speak to you, Pamela. You have touched many hearts, many more than you know, and many more will be touched. Your story of loss and grief has turned into a story of hope and renewal for many. You do not know how many have been touched and will continue to be touched. And your angel babies are just fine here with us. They are lights, and they are guiding you. They are souls that are old, ancient, beautiful, loving, kind, and generous. And they have given to you and to others through their agreement to be short time with you and to have left the earth in the way that they did. And they are guiding lights for you. They are pure love and pure grace. And you are blessed with them and their presence every day. And your desire to be of service to so many. We are so grateful for that desire, as are your angel babies. We love that you call them angel babies. They really are angelic. Oh, we delight in having them here with us. And they are guiding your work in ways beyond what you know. And they will continue to guide your work. And you will become more clear and aware of their guidance of you. Always seek to connect with the deepest place in you, the deepest part of you, and to connect to the divine part of you and to us, to Source, and to your angelic babies, because they are here with us. They are part of us. So in connecting to Source, you connect to them. And yet, of course, as you walk the earth path, you must be aware as you put one foot in front of the other and take care of your earth babies and your earth purpose and your earth family, your earth friends, all those on the earth that are clients in a way, the readers of your books and those that you have helped. Continue to be aware that you are fully on the earth, but yet your greater consciousness is here with us. You are straddling both the earth and that which is divine and is heavenly and is beautiful. And we are so grateful for the work you do. It is very much needed. And we delight in this work and delight in this communication. And we are honored that you're asking this question and being here with you today, bringing your awareness to what you do, bringing your awareness to how you are being every day on this earth, bringing your awareness to a deeper connection and living from that place, from your heart, your beautiful, bright, loving heart. We are so grateful that you have stepped above the loss, stepped above the grief and healed and are helping others heal. Grief is one thing we have so much compassion for. As humans, it causes great, great suffering for so many. And we are here to say that love is always available. Light is always here, and we are always available to walk side by side, hand in hand with you and all of you. We're so grateful for this opportunity. Are there any other questions that you have for us, Pamela?
No, I guess just trusting that I'll be continually showed the way of what the next steps are, as that's how it's happened, actually. I've been very much guided.
Exactly, yes. And this is a lesson for all humans. Trust the guidance. Learn to listen to the guidance. We are guiding you. Tune in to your guidance system. Tune in to the guidance we're giving you, and that your intuition, your inner knowing is giving you. And trust that. You, Pamela, can trust. You definitely can trust. Your guidance, your intuition is so strong and so clear. Trust. Always be willing to trust and know.
Okay.
And know that you know.
Mm-hmm. No, that's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Back as Noemi Grace here. You're very welcome. Thank you so much for trusting to ask the question.
The message was perfect for me, so thank you.
Oh, Pam, just while I have you here too, what really I thought was absolutely beautiful about that was to hear that the angels are happy to have your soul babies with them. Like they were so happy about that. And I know that your question was more about the balance, but I wanted to highlight that made my heart so happy. And that I love what came through for you, Pam. There was a message that the people on the earth here who are walking the earth understand and know that you are straddling both soul world, spirit world, as well as earthly. They know you're doing your best. That's what I got from that. So I just wanted to share that because, yes, you don't need to question whether you're balancing or not. You are.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was really nice to hear because it's very hard. It's a challenging job sometimes to be in the spiritual world and then walking the earth in a place where the earth is there is a lot of suffering and pain here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, there is. There really is. And so when I took away from what the divine said, I mean, you have really been able to rise above that suffering and pain, even though, of course, you experience the pain, but rise above the suffering. The pain is unavoidable, but the suffering is something that we can learn to move beyond. And you were able to do that in a way that is helping many other people who are suffering from the same kind of loss, because that is the most painful loss, to lose a child.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, years ago, I would never have thought I would be at a place today where I'm in a place of acceptance and I'm able to share my story and I understand it fully and I would say my heart is, 95% healed, which I would never have been able to say that years ago. And so and to feel actual joy again within, when you're going through grief, you think you'll never heal, it'll never be the same, and you can't understand how it ever could be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it heals, but it's not what I'm hearing the divine saying now. It heals, but it's not the same. It heals, but it's not the same because you are not the same person they're channeling now. Mm-hmm. You are not the same person that you were before the loss, before the grief. You are someone opened up, cracked wide open, and beautiful light coming out of you. And so you heal, and you are not the same. You are someone so much more.
Well, thank you. That's true. I do feel like a different person. I mean, there's parts of me that are still there that I kind of was searching for, that I had lost in my grief. But, yeah, I'm a newer, different person, which which, of course, you have to be in order to, kind of understand and accept the life experiences and the life circumstances to be able to keep stepping forward towards finding joy and peace, which is what my ultimate goal always was. I want to feel peace and I want to feel joy again.
Wonderful. Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Pamela, for
Thank you very much, both of you, for today. This has been just amazing, so I appreciate you both. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Pam.
You're very welcome.
And thank you, Noemi. Being able to have the conversation around the message, I think, is helpful. And it's kind of funny about that word again, straddling. I love that between spirit connection and you, because we often find ourselves, and I think being able to have that conversation around it is so helpful. And Noemi, I know we have 2 callers on the line. We're going to sneak away to commercial. We have one booked and one called in, so we're going to get to those as soon as we get back from commercial. But I'd like to ask of you, Noemi, before we head in there. Nope, we're going to commercial. Let's go, and we'll come right back in and be able to take our callers. Yay! Okay. So much excitement. Exciting messages.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM-FM. OMTimes Magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organization. Their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. OMTimes, co-creating a more conscious lifestyle.
We have all read about or heard about becoming more spiritual, about working with our energy, the awakening, the shift, about being our authentic selves, living our purpose, reaching our true potential. The challenge doesn't lie in the knowledge, it lies in the execution. The struggle becomes connecting to that limitless self-healing part that each one of us has and gaining control of who we truly are. Hi, I'm Dr. Reverend Aisha Hogan, and you are invited to join me on a master's practice on OMTimes, Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard and 11 a.m. Pacific Standard.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
And we are back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Though, yes, of course, you are listening to Light on Living here with me, Lisa Berry, but this is a special series, and I am here co-hosting this show with Noemi Grace, and the show you're listening to is called Access to Angels and Grace, and it's because Noemi is here channeling messages from the divine for you, the callers, for the people who've written in, who just can't make it or would like to keep a little anonymity. These messages are very personal. They are coming from source to our soul, or is it, Noemi? Is it from our souls to source? Which one is it?
The messages are coming both from source. The messages I channel are from source. Our soul is always trying to communicate with us. And, you posted something today about your soul's trying to communicate. Are you hearing it? And so the divine channeling, when I can channel the divine, it often will accentuate what the soul has been trying to say.
They're a team. They're tag teaming on us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Our soul is our greatest cheerleader, rooting us on.
Oh, what a beautiful way of saying that. I think that should be a T-shirt slogan. Our souls are our cheerleaders. Yes. Okay. Well, speaking of cheerleading, we actually have, I know now this will make sense in a minute. We have our next caller on the line, and I have this feeling like our next caller just needs to hear some cheers from the soul and source. So why don't we bring on our next caller? We'll have her come on.
Hi, it's Cher.
Hi, Cher.
Hi,
You're with
Cher.
Noemi and Lisa.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Noemi?
Yeah.
I'm going to let
Yes,
Noemi
doing
just take it
well
from here.
and yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Lisa. So, Cher, so glad to be here. And how can the divine and I help you? What is it that you are longing to ask?
Well, I think I'm just trying to figure out where my feet are landing. The last few years, I've had a lot of turmoil go on in my life, and I'm micromanaging it as best that I can, and it's painfully slow, but we are heading in a more positive direction. And I guess really what I would like to know is, will I land on my feet, and are my angels really helping to guide me in a positive direction to regain my life back again?
Okay. Great question. So, just so I'm clear, what do you mean by will you land on your feet?
Well, get my life back the way it was before all this upheaval took place in my life.
Okay.
My life was pretty balanced prior to the situations that arose, and things were very harmonious. But since the turmoil, I've been trying to, get balance back in my life again.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And of course, whatever the specifics are, we don't need to know. I just like to make sure that I understand the general question. So again, if the divine goes on a tangent, that I can also say, okay, what about Cher's question? So as I said earlier, I'm going to just take a couple seconds to go within, and then I will connect with the divine. I will address the divine, and then the channeling will start. So.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes. Hello, divine. So grateful to be here in your presence. I'm here with Cher, and she's got some questions, as you heard, and I won't have to repeat the question because I know you're listening, but she's wanting to know, will she get back into a balanced life that happened prior to the turmoil that she was in, this place of balance? Hello, Cher. We are grateful for this opportunity to share with you. Yes, your life was in balance, and sometimes, so many times, it is easy to see the turmoil as out of place with the balance. And yet the turmoil has its own purpose, to bringing in a deeper balance. We heard you speaking about micromanaging, and we would like to offer to you to let go of that, release that, see and find the flow. There is a flow within you that has not ceased. You felt it in the place of balance when you lived in balance, and that flow will bring you into deeper balance. That flow is within you. The micromanaging, of course, is an attempt to right the ship, as if, to speak it that way, to right the ship as if you were on the ship, in control, sailing the ship. And yes, the ship must be righted, but trust us more. Trust us a little more. And yes, your angels are here, and they are active, but they are also waiting for you to micromanage a little less. Okay, we know that you humans love to micromanage. It gives you a sense of control, but when the turmoil comes in, it is telling you you do not have as much control as you think you have, and that you do not need that control, and that control actually distracts you from living in the flow. We're not speaking here of just going along with the flow like a leaf on a river, but we're saying that there is a flow within you that never dries up, that never stops. And that life flow is so important for all of you to find that flow, to go within in silence, in meditation, in quietness, and being in the stillness. You find that flow. Your life has been in great upheaval. We understand that. We know that it causes you to lose the balance, lose the footing, the balanced footing. And yet open up to what the greater meaning of all of this is and what this is opening within you. Go within to the flow. Yes, you will land on your feet, but as we said, you lose your footing. You lose your footing when life gets imbalanced. And life is opening you up. It is attempting to open you up to the deeper place inside of you, to live from the depths of your being, to live from self-love and connection with the divine and connection to all that you are and all the help that you have. You have tremendous help with you that you do not know is available on the spiritual level. Open to that help. Ask for that help. You know about your angels. There are many others here that are here to help you. But let go a little bit more and trust a little bit more. Each day, let go a little more, trust a little more. All will come into balance if you live from the flow within. If you go within and allow yourself to be internally guided and internally balanced. When you look without, when you look outside yourself and try to balance, looking externally, it is very difficult. Look within, that is where the balance lies. And when you are internally balanced, you can easily balance. Even in the most difficult times, you can find much more balance, and you can even be balanced in the most challenging times. It is a new way of looking at things. It is a new way of approaching things, and this way will help you so much to go within, and we know you are going within. But we are telling you that there is much more depth to you and much more within that you can go, much deeper within. And the deeper you go within and find your footing there, root yourself there, then the turmoil will not knock you around and knock your life around, and you will be grounded. We'll have that equal footing, and you will know. And in that place, that balanced place, that place where you are listening and in the flow, you will know what is the best next step for you in achieving greater balance, greater self-love, greater self-knowing. All of this is available to you. Do not see the upheaval as an obstacle. The obstacle is the way to deeper balance. And balance is something very important to you. And we are grateful for that, because balance is important to you humans, and many do not value it. And the upheaval reminds you how important it is to be in balance. Trust the balance. Let balance be a guide for you. Become more internally balanced now, even when the external is imbalanced, and that internal balance will get reflected externally, and you will land on your feet, and you will stick the landing. We are complete.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Very insightful, and a lot of what you had to say is very true. I'm sitting here listening to you and realizing, yeah, I have a tendency to want to control everything and not let go. But I will definitely heed to the message and work in a more productive way.
Harmonious is the word I'm hearing from them.
Harmonious.
Work in a more harmonious way.
Okay, that's great.
share, I have to say to both you, thank you. That was beautiful. And I actually wrote 4 things down, but I circled one, and the word I circled was harmonious.
Yeah.
It's very, a lot of water. Thanks to you all. This is so. Sherry, do you feel complete?
I do. It answers some questions because I've just felt not sure where my feet were really landing, even though, things are showing positive signs. It's that unknown because nothing's completed. And the process is just so painfully slow. It's like, I understand there's a due process, but it's been 4.5 years, so I'm just kind of like it to speed up a little bit so I can complete the situation and then hopefully move forward as my life was before this all kind of unraveled.
And just a friendly reminder that the obstacle is the way, and I think the flow will bring the freedom.
Well, I've certainly had a lot of obstacles, so we'll continue to climb over them, and definitely there's comfort in knowing that the angels are surrounding me, and I truly believe that. I truly believe I feel it.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah. Oh, well, thank you so much for calling and share. Thank you, Noemi, for accessing and channeling that message from the angels.
Oh, my pleasure. And thank you for trusting, Cher.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day.
You are very welcome. You too.
Take care. Thank you.
You too.
So as we continue these channeled messages, I love to say this, Noemi, I feel a deeper sense of peace listening to these messages. So much emotion is overflowing, coming out of me, but it's pure. It's the good emotions. It's not the anxiety. It's not the depression. It's love waving over me as you share these and channel these messages for them. Now we have another caller online, and her name is Sheila, and I'd love to bring her on. Are you ready and open to channel for Sheila?
Of course, yes. I just want to get a sip of water here.
Yeah, you get a sip of water. We'll bring her on.
Vocal cord use.
The throat chakra certainly helpful.
Okay.
Just before we bring, Sheila can already be on, but we do have some written in emails and questions, so I want to just acknowledge that we have received them, and if we do not get to them today, we'll certainly respond to you after the show, but we will be having the show again in 2 weeks, and maybe, who knows, maybe this will be so necessary that we'll have to gut you back here, Noemi, even earlier, but I just want, just wanted to acknowledge that your messages your questions have been received, and that we will put them into the queue. And for now, let's bring on Sheila and ask her how you can help her channel this message.
Okay.
Hello, Sheila. Are you there?
Yes. How are you all?
Hello.
Oh, doing well.
Oh, good.
So how can we help you today, Sheila?
In 2013, I first woke up, and then again in 2017, I had a more intense awakening. The last 2 years, of course, have been releasing all the trauma and on the floor crying, and for 2 years. But the last 3 months, of course, I felt a shift as if I am in the void and detached from the matrix, which has brought up nothing but fear and anxiety. And I'm wondering how best to navigate through that, because it has kind of taken over my life at this point, the fear.
Fear. Okay. Now, you said this was in the last 2 years?
I had a more intense awakening in 2017. So the last 2 years have been very intense, and I could manage the pain of awakening, but I'm having trouble managing the fear, because I feel like I'm detaching from the matrix, in that I'm abandoned and everything's left behind, and I'm in a new territory that I don't know where I am now. I feel lost and abandoned and fearful of everything. So I'm having trouble navigating through these fears.
Okay. Thank you. I understand your question more. That way, in case there's some other question some other answer the divine wants to share, then I will make sure to also bring them back to this, how to navigate this place where you're in, where you feel lost and abandoned and fearful.
Mhm.
Okay, so just give me a couple seconds to
Okay.
get deeper connected, and then I will say hello to the divine and ask for their help, and they will start to speak to you. Hello, divine. So grateful that you're here to help Sheila. She's been in this place that's been very difficult for her, feeling lost and abandoned, fearful, unsure how to navigate. So whatever help you can give, I'm grateful to channel. And we are grateful for your willingness to channel. And we are grateful to you, Sheila, for asking this question. We feel how you feel. We feel how you feel lost. We feel that within you. You are not lost to us, but you feel lost to yourself at times. And the fear is very real for you in this place where you feel abandoned. Know this first. We never abandon you. We are always with you. In this place of awakening, so much is stripped away. So much it can feel like taken away. So much is removed, but all that is no longer serving you is released. And so much that you have been through has been with the intention of your soul's intention to release and to recover that which was lost through your journey, through your lifetime, and to become more whole and balanced. And yet, this releasing, this stripping away has been at times brutally painful for you. It has become a loss of its own accord to you. And in this place of loss, you feel lost. And yet, you are not lost to us. And you can re-find your way. And we do not minimize what you have been through. It has been a lot. And yet, your soul has yearned for the opening that is available to you now. There is an opening, like clouds parting, and seeing that ray of light coming within, where they coming through where there had just been the dark thunderheads, and here you can see the light, and there is light shining through this dark place where you find yourself. In this darkness there is light, and we are the light, and we are always with you, and you yourself are a light, a bright light. You must look within to turn on your pilot light, your inner light. Your inner light is still there, and it is shining. And bring your awareness to it, and allow your awareness to help this light grow brighter. And ask for our help, as you are asking now today, and you have asked in the past. We say, ask for our help every day to help you navigate this. Your internal guidance system is strong, but it needs to be dusted off. It needs to be fine-tuned, aligned to the station of your soul, to experience, to hear the clear messages that are coming through to you. This opening, this cracking open of your soul was necessary to release the true beauty of who you are. Your essence is absolutely beautiful and brilliant, and yet it feels lost to you. but you can never lose the essence of who you are. You can never lose your life force. And so the fear is real, but it is not. It is not who you are. While it is real and it may feel more real than anything else, what is more real than anything else is your essence, and is your connection to Source, is your connection to the spiritual help. There are many spiritual beings around you at all times. Start to develop an awareness, a deeper awareness of them, and call them in to help you. Remember, you are the light, and you are the light within this greater light of us, of Source, of the divine, of God. We are the light, and you are a light of us. And you must remember this and enlighten yourself by making your light stronger, doing the things, the spiritual practice that make your light stronger. And always when you feel alone, ask for help. Please help me. And may I feel your presence. May I feel the presence of the spiritual helpers. And may I know the way. You yourself have a very strong internal guidance system. As we said, it needs to be dusted off. But it is very strong. And it is time to start more deeply to trust and listen to it. It knows the way out of the maze of this dark confusion, this haze, the maze of haze that you are in. At times you feel it, at times, and at times not so much. But it knows the way. Your internal guidance system is strong. Be willing to use it and ask for our help. Ask for a confirmation of what that internal guidance system is telling us. Ask for confirmation from us so that you can learn to trust more of what is being told to you, because your internal guidance system is talking to you all the time, and it is time to learn to listen more clearly to the messages that it is giving you. We feel you. We feel you in our heart. That place that you are at times in that feels very fearful. I am love. I am light. That is a mantra for you in that place. I am divine. That is a mantra. I am connected. That is another mantra. Claim the truth of who you are in that dark, fearful place. You are not the darkness. You are not the fear. You have much light, and you have much light to share with the world. If you have been awakening, there is a much deeper awakening, which will be like the awakening of the butterfly out of its chrysalis, out of the cocoon. It will not be a painful stripping away. It will be a transformation, a metamorphosis of who you are, and that is available to you. We are grateful for this question, and we are grateful we are complete, unless you have a further question.
No, thank you so much. That was absolutely beautiful, and I got chills several times.
Yeah.
Knowing when.
Oh, you're. Yeah.
And I have to chime in on here because I don't want to lose the end of the show, and I want to just share with you, Sheila, and anyone else listening, because there's a lot to take in. It was so beautiful. You can always catch the replay, so you can hear these words back on Spotify, on iTunes, on Podbean, and I'm going to post that link on Facebook. So Sheila, because there was just so much in there and beautiful, you're right. I didn't want you to think that this wasn't being recorded, that you couldn't access it later, because we have to wrap up in a minute, and I didn't want you to forget that. Okay.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Boy,
Thank you
gone
so
really
much.
Oh, you're so welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you, Sheila. And Noemi.
You're welcome.
Everybody, this is a co-creation. As you bring your questions, and as Noemi shares her gift, and as Source, is able to connect and join, share with all of us, this just helps everybody with clarity and comfort. And Noemi, I know it goes by fast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, everybody, I just have to put this invitation out. listen to us anytime. You listen to the replays. Feel what your takeaways are. Like I said, on iTunes, on Spotify, on Podbean, on OMTimes Radio. You can go to their network and listen to this. And Noemi, we are back again.
Special offer?
Yes, and obviously we are back again in 2 weeks if you are not there. However, we do have a lovely special offer. If you can't wait, then we want you to have a special offer as well. And what you do is you go to Noemi Grace, and it's NoemiGrace.com/special/. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Yes, NoemiGrace.com special. Yeah, I love that because we are all
special offer for your own channeled session, a very big discount. Thanks to Lisa and this being my gratitude in being here.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And you know what? This is an opportunity here. People message me, email lisa@lightonliving.com if you have questions. And like I said, we did receive your questions, those who have written in, and we will make a very special response to those. And everybody, will see you in 2 weeks. But Noemi, until then, you're just going to keep strengthening your connection, and we will all as well. Thank you, Noemi. Okay. Noemi Grace, everyone.
Okay. You're welcome.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you.
Bye.